Sorry.
Einstein's eyes. John and I are ophthalmologists. I have Laura Langford here. I work with Laura at Ophthalmic Associates. I'm in Anchorage, Alaska. I'm an oculoplastic surgeon. John's cornea in New Jersey. We trained at Albert Einstein College of Medicine, Montefiore Medical Center, ergo Einstein's eyes. And Laura is going, you might have seen Laura on a previous video where we talked about insertion and removal of contact lenses. Well, today on this video, we're going to talk.
By the way, that's our video with the most views now.
That's right. So thank you, everyone. But Laura's going to talk about what do you do when your contact is stuck and you're having a real hard time removing it. It's late at night. You don't want to go to the hospital. You don't want to call the ophthalmology or the optometry office, or you just can't get a hold of them. So, Laura, what do you do?
Yeah, so thanks, Dr. Rosen. When you have a contact lens that is stuck on your eye, we talked about in the previous video, sometimes you can see it on your eye. It has a little bit of a blue handling tint to it. So if you get right up close next to the mirror and you look and you see you have the ring of blue around the iris, the colored part of your eye, you can see the contacts on there, but you just can't get it off. Here's some tips to get that lens loose and get it free of the eye. So sometimes your eye dries out and that lens is suctioned to the cornea and you cannot peel it off. In that case, I will oftentimes have patients place a drop of an artificial tear in the eye to just cushion and lubricate and get the lens free moving. So if you have an artificial tear, if you have, even not an artificial tear, if you've got like an allergy eye drop like Pataday or Zatador or Alloway at the house, whatever you have in your cabinet that is an eye drop specifically formulated for your eyes, you put an eye drop in that eye just to add lubrication. And then you can take the tip of your finger and just wiggle that lens back and forth so that it gets some of that moisture underneath the lens to cushion it. And then you pull that lens down onto the white part of your eye. And if you cannot get it pulled down to the white part of your eye, if you can't get a good grasp with your the pads of your fingers to pull it off, if you try to tug it, look to the side and tug it into the corner of your eye over here. A lot of times, if you just push it into the corner of your eye and blink, it will roll up. And then once it rolls and gets a ripple in it, you can get a hold of it and pull it off the surface of your eye. And I actually just rolled my own lens. Okay, we're back in business. So if you can't get it directly pulled down onto the white part of your eye and pinch it off with the pads of your finger, if you pull it into the corner of your eye and it gets that little wrinkle in it, you'll be able to see it, you'll be able to get it off. And even if you can't see it, you can feel it rolled up into the corner of your eye there. You always want to make sure you do have the contact lens on the surface of your eye before you try and take it out though. So a lot of times we get a call that a patient thinks they have a lens stuck, their eye feels awful, it's red, it's swollen. They come in and they do not have a contact lens on their eye. It fell out at some point and they've been trying to peel their cornea off their eye.
I'm glad you brought that up. That happens very commonly. And I
Yes.
just tell patients, what's your vision like out of the eye? If you're way out of focus, you
Good
know the
trick.
contact isn't on your cornea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice trick.
Yeah.
I have had patients that came in saying they were really out of focus. They couldn't figure out why. And then we checked them and everything looked okay. We couldn't figure out, they were wearing their contact lens and they were completely out of focus. And we discovered they had two contacts on their eye.
Correct.
So they left their contact on and then they put another one on. And that's why they were so out of focus.
That happens often too.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So great. That's helpful instructions for folks.
Great stuff.
I think they'll be able to use that should they need it. Hopefully they won't. But Laura, thank you again. And we're going to have you back for another topic. And that one we'll choose in the future. John, good seeing you.
Great seeing you guys.
All right. We'll talk
Come
later.
out to Jersey. Come out to Jersey.
Right. Absolutely. Come out to Alaska.
Right.
I will. I'm definitely coming.
Bye, guys.